70 seconds. That's all it took Ismail Saibari to score Morocco's fastest ever World Cup goal against Scotland. 70 seconds in, Brahim Diaz floated a ball over the top. Saibari hunted it down and volleyed it across the keeper before Scotland had even settled into the game. 21 minutes into the Brazil match, the five-time world champions, Morocco led against Brazil in a game where, for 30 minutes, Morocco had already registered 12 shots against Brazil. They didn't win that game, they drew. But here's the question nobody is asking loudly enough. Who was the better team? Africa's World Cup revolution didn't start this summer, but this summer, on the biggest stage in the world, it is impossible to ignore. Today on The Final Whistle, I'm going to show you exactly how Morocco do it, the system, the players, the blueprint, and why this team facing the Netherlands in the round of 32 is not a foregone conclusion for anyone. Before we talk tactics, you need to understand what this team is carrying. Because Morocco don't just play football. They play with the weight of an entire continent behind them. In 1986, Morocco became the first African nation to win a World Cup group stage, finishing ahead of England, Poland, and Portugal. That was 40 years ago. The blueprint has always been there. At Qatar 2022, Walid Regragui's Morocco became the first African and Arab nation to reach a World Cup semi-final, ever, in the history of the tournament. They beat Spain in a penalty shootout. They beat Portugal, with Ronaldo, in the quarterfinals. They held Belgium and drew with Croatia in the group stage. They conceded just 3 goals in 7 matches. 3. That squad had 9 players. 9 of that historic spine have come back for 2026. And here's what makes this Morocco story even more remarkable. Just 3 months before this tournament, their manager Walid Regragui resigned. 3 months out, the man who built the entire system, the culture, the mentality that got them to a semi-final, gone. His replacement? Mohamed Wabi, former U20 coach, never managed a senior first team before in his life. First test, Brazil, in New Jersey, at the World Cup, and Morocco drew, and arguably should have won. So how do they actually do it? What is the Morocco blueprint? The base formation is a 4-3-3, but it shapeshifts constantly. In possession, it becomes a 4-2-3-1. Out of possession, it drops into a compact, rigid 4-4-2 mid-block. The fluidity between these shapes is what makes Morocco so difficult to play against. Let me walk you through each phase. Phase 1, building from the back. When Morocco have the ball deep, Sofiane Amrabat, the midfield anchor, drops between or alongside the 2 center backs. This creates a temporary 3-man backline and frees up the fullbacks to push high. It's a pattern you see at the best European clubs. Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and Morocco execute it with the same discipline. Phase 2, the fullback engine. This is Morocco's secret weapon. Achraf Hakimi on the right, Champions League winner, PSG's best player, pushes so high he becomes a winger. His background is as a winger. He provides width, crossing, and finishing from what is nominally a defensive position. On the left, Noussair Mazraoui from Manchester United does the same. At AFCON 2025, Mazraoui won more tackles than any other player in the tournament except one. Both fullbacks attacking simultaneously overloads defenses down both channels simultaneously. Most teams can defend one overlapping fullback. Almost nobody can defend 2 at the same time. Phase 3, the creative axis. Bilal El Khannouss, 22 years old, just moved to Stuttgart in the Bundesliga, operates in the half spaces behind the striker. His pace, dribbling, and vision in tight areas is exactly the kind of player tournament football rewards. Brahim Diaz, Real Madrid Academy, now thriving at club level, works the right channel and provides assists in every match so far this tournament. Together, they create a central creative axis that gives Morocco a different dimension from the physical, direct approach people stereotypically expect from African teams. Phase 4, the press. Without the ball, Morocco go high. El Khannouss and the striker lead an aggressive zonal press from the front. The 2 central midfielders jump aggressively onto opposing playmakers. If the press is beaten, the entire team drops into a compact 4-4-2 mid-block that shifts in unison, closing every interior corridor, denying central passes. It is a collective defensive system, not one superstar defending, everyone defending together. This is not Route 1 football. This is not Park the Bus. This is a modern, sophisticated tactical system executed by players from PSG, Real Madrid, Manchester United, and the Bundesliga. Let me give you 3 names you need to know before Morocco play the Netherlands. Number 1. Achraf Hakimi. Captain, heartbeat, the man who makes everything flow. At PSG, he racked up 8 assists in his last 21 Champions League appearances. He just won the Champions League with PSG this season. At AFCON 2025, only 2 players created more chances than his 13 across the tournament. He scores, he assists, he defends, he leads. If Morocco go deep in this World Cup, Hakimi will be the reason. At 27, he is at the absolute peak of his powers. Number 2. Ismail Saibari. The goal machine Morocco didn't see coming. Bayern Munich are reportedly interested in signing him. PSV Eindhoven striker. He scored in all 3 group stage matches. He is only the 2nd African player in history to score in each of his first 2 World Cup appearances, after Mohamed Salah. He scored the fastest goal of the entire tournament so far, 70 seconds against Scotland. His movement at the back post, his physical frame, his clinical finishing, everything about his game suits knockout football. Number 3. Bilal El Khannouss. 22 years old, 9 goal involvements, and 45 chances created for club and country in recent months. Born in Belgium, chose Morocco. Plays with the kind of creative freedom that coaches spend years trying to install in young midfielders. When Morocco need a moment of quality, a pass through a tight block, a dribble out of pressure, a shot from distance, El Khannouss is the one they look to. He has the ceiling to become one of the best midfielders at this tournament. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Morocco are perfect, because they're not. And what happened against Haiti is worth talking about. Morocco made 4 changes for their final group game, a rotated, understrength lineup, and they went 2-0 down to Haiti. A team already eliminated, a team that had lost their previous 2 matches. El Khannouss said it publicly after the game. Morocco lacked humility. Amrabat struggled early before recovering. The left-back Anas Salah Eddine made the individual errors that led to both Haitian goals. They recovered, won 4-2, but the performance left questions. Brahim Diaz was poor all evening. The defensive structure that looked so airtight against Brazil and Scotland showed cracks when the mental focus dropped. And now they face the Netherlands. In the round of 32, Tuesday, July 1st, in Guadalupe, Mexico, the Dutch scored 10 goals in their 3 group games. Van Dijk, Van Hecke, Gakpo, Gravenberch, a seriously dangerous side. 2 of their 3 group goals came from set pieces, and Morocco's set-piece defending against Haiti showed vulnerability. But here's what the tactical preview from Sportsmole pointed out, and this is the detail that gives Morocco genuine hope. The Netherlands conceded in every single group match. Their defensive transitions are slow, and Morocco, when they counterattack at pace, through Hakimi and Saibari, are as dangerous on the break as almost anyone left in this tournament. The Netherlands are favorites. Morocco are the most dangerous underdog left. But I want to zoom out for a second, because this isn't just a football story. Africa has 54 countries, over 1.4 billion people. And for most of the World Cup's history, the continent's teams have been expected to show up, play with passion, and go home in the group stage. That was the established narrative. Morocco in 2022 didn't just break that narrative. They demolished it. Saibari scored in all 3 group games. El Khannouss is being watched by the biggest clubs in Europe. Hakimi won the Champions League weeks before this tournament. These players are not playing for African football's potential. They're playing at the level that potential always promised. And the generation coming through is even more remarkable. Morocco's U20 team, coached by the same Mohamed Ouabi, now managing this senior squad, won the U20 World Cup in 2025, beating Argentina 2-0 in the final. The pipeline is full. The infrastructure is building. The proof is already on the pitch. Ghana are through to the knockout rounds for the first time since 2010. Senegal are through. South Africa, Ivory Coast, 6 African teams in the round of 32. The continent isn't sending representatives to the party anymore. They're coming to compete. And Morocco, the team that already made history in 2022, the team that drew with Brazil and beat Scotland in 2026, the team facing the Netherlands on Tuesday, are leading the way. So here's my verdict. Morocco versus Netherlands on Tuesday is the most interesting match of the entire round of 32. Two brilliant tactical setups, one side with firepower and set-piece threat, the other with pace, pressing, and Hakimi at the peak of his powers. I think Morocco can win it. I genuinely do. And I want to know what you think. Drop a comment. Do Morocco go out to the Netherlands? Or does Africa produce another World Cup miracle? Also, if you want me to do a full breakdown on the Netherlands versus Morocco match preview before Tuesday, give this video a like and I'll post it tomorrow. If you're new here, this is the final whistle. We don't do highlights, we do the real story behind the football. Subscribe and hit the bell, and I will see you tomorrow.